Hello everyone, my name is Ana Fernanda Garcia and I'm here because I want to show you a tour of the museums not many people go. And I really believe this is important because as not many people go to these museums, they're not very known, although they're awesome for me. At least. So today I'm gonna be visiting different museums and I just have to give you a little disclaimer. First, I won't really be talking in those museums because as it is a museum, it is supposed to be silent. So mostly it'll be voiceovers. I won't be sing outside because it's kind of dangerous, so I don't want to risk. So I hope you enjoy this video and I'll see you at the end. First museum I went to was the Military Museum, which had a lot of information about the founders of our country, people who made important achievements, and uniforms. It also had information about military ranks, which were described to me by my little cousin, who hit the nail on the head. Overall, a great museum, but rather boring, which is why I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 stars. After walking around, I found out that most of the museums I had written on my list were closed due to remodeling and cleaning. So, I found the Cultural House placed by the Ministry of Culture, which had a lot of information about museums that were open that day. This was very useful and very important for different tourists, but we will discuss more on that later. This museum, although it was beautiful, was really boring. It had information about saints, whose images were displayed along the walls. It had a little pieces of what seemed like gold scattered here and there. It was beautiful, quiet, and peaceful. For me it was boring as I'm not really immersed in the religious culture. But I think people with a lot more religious principle may enjoy it more. What I find curious about this museum was how technological it was. It had screens in front of every exhibit in order for people to look for information. This information, as useful as it is in different languages, which could help tourists find their information and learn more about this properly and better. The third museum was not so boring, as we were received by a military man who gave us information about the museum itself and its history. The museum was cold inside, and I saw the place was reconstructed beautifully. It had chambers and chambers of information about the advancements in geography. It was really beautiful, although kind of short.
Entonces, bueno, la casa está dedicada a la vida y obra científica de Caldas, todos los aportes que él hizo en el campo de la botánica, la cartografía, la astronomía, el periodismo científico de la época, los comienzos de la República.
So it's later today and I'm back home and I want to show you some little things I found. So most of the museums I went to were actually closed for remodelation and cleaning. So I actually found, they gave me this. It says Bogotá Arte Circuito. I found it at the Ministry of Culture and I find it like really interesting because you can go there and ask what kind of museums there are and what you're interested in. So it's a really cool book and it actually comes with a map at the end, and the map is also kind of shown there, like here. And in that zone, it actually has a little convention, so you can read like about around here. Every place it's listed. So for example, let's mark the Congress. Here, number 3. So number 3 is right here in the map, right here. I hope you see it. Wait. So it says Museo Santa Clara. It's open from Tuesday to Friday from 9 to 5. And Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 4. So, I mean, this map is kind of really important because it actually tells you where each thing is like kind of located and when is it open. So, I also got this, but I got it at the Museo Santa Clara. They gave it to me here. This thing called Serial. It was by an anonymous sculpture, and it's from silver. It is from the 17th century. So I found it really cool because you actually get this for free. Well, I got it for free, so mostly it is for free. And another thing I want to tell you is that visiting these museums is really important because then you can find a little bit more about your history, about everything that people do not normally visit. The first museum, the military museum, I really enjoyed it, although it was like not what I expected. It was really different, but still beautiful. I think this museum was great, but I would have actually changed a little bit the way the information was displayed. Maybe to make it a little bit more interesting or interactive, or to show like what does people have to do if they want to get in the army, in the aviation, in the marines or something. You know, the Santa Clara Museum, the one of the church and stuff, started to grow on me, okay? I feel like it could be better as in the way they present their information for it to be less boring and more like entertaining, more attractive. But anyway, it's still good. It's not at all waste. No, not waste, like meaningless. Because, you know, I entered, it cost me 12,000 pesos as I was a student. And adults, it was kind of 20, I think. I don't know. Well, my grandma paid the same because she's a senior. But the point is, I feel like you're not getting what you paid for. I mean, you paid for an interactive museum, a museum where you can learn stuff. There was not nothing, but rarely any of it there. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, here, I give you information, do whatever the hell you want with it, and that's not the point. The point of a museum is to let you learn something. That's why you actually went there. Now, third museum. I mean, it wasn't boring. I mean, I got a little bit of information from the guard front, but you know, nothing too special. I mean, I learned that the guy was kind of geography and he was military and he did all stuff. He was like the handyman. He could do everything. But you know, I didn't get immersed in the story. Like, I went out of the museum and was like, this guy was great. No, not really. I just thought he did a lot of stuff, but not stuff that actually mattered to me apart from being a founding father. You know, it was just, yeah, this guy was important, but I don't have an idea why does he really have a museum, you know? They could have made a museum about any dude they picked up in the army and say, he was a great man. He did this, he did that, and he was a scientist, so that's great. Yeah, you know, not that vibrant, you know? It didn't left much of an impact. And I think museums are meant to leave an impact. You know, make you learn something, or teach you, or, you know, even force you to learn something just by doing it. And I feel like some of these museums do not have that. The cultural house, it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that great. I mean, none of the museums I'd actually visited today were that else. They were nice and all, but they weren't, wow, it was a museum. No, it was just a museum I found. So yeah, I think that Colombia could actually do a lot better on how they are managing their culture and how are they working on how they want to present them. How do we want to present ourselves when other people come and visit us and search for a museum? I don't feel like museums are really cared for, and I know it's like not proper for museums to have a lot of propaganda, but still, we should have something that make people think like, wow, this was really important and really learn something about here. Or it doesn't matter if they actually learn something, but they think this was really interesting, I want to come back here, I want to tell my friends to come here because this place is great. You know, that's not what we are like giving the vibe of. Goodbye, and I hope you enjoy this.